This story comes from Deviath-Fear, FYR. The prompt is from user QType, QTPYE Rose. The prompt: You have died. Death appears, presumably to reap your soul, but instead they apologize. I am terribly sorry about this. The words were not spoken aloud, simply arriving in my mind. Somehow they still made a sound, something like great sheets of solid lead dropped on a marble floor. So, I'm dead? You are death, right? My own voice seemed different too, thinner somehow. It's the scythe, isn't it? Always gives it away. The dark figure was more than 7 feet tall, a skeletal being in a black coat, with weirdly lit blue eye sockets in its skull. And yes, a scythe. A dead giveaway, I thought. Sure. I had been crossing the street in Toledo, trying to get a quick lunch before heading back to work. I even looked both ways. But then there was a horse. A pale horse. In the air. Just trotting along there, 15 feet above the ground. Then there was a screech, a horn, a scream, and an impact. I'm afraid Binky got loose. This is not our usual route, you see. What? What's a Binky? A skeletal finger pointed to the horse, now seemingly normal, and standing on the ground as if nothing unusual had happened. Oh, really? Oh, Binky, really? Everyone was gathered around, sirens and wailing in the distance. No one else seemed to be aware of the dark figure or the horse. I looked down at myself. My earthly remains were unpleasant. So you're here to reap me? Scythe me? That is the usual arrangement. Death frowned. That is, he would have frowned, had it been possible. Death grinned, actually, this being his only option in terms of facial mobility, but somehow he conveyed the impression of a serious and regretful frown. You were not scheduled for today. I bear responsibility for what has happened. It is very strange. I have never caused a death before. You what? You never caused a death? You are death. I mean, right? I was confused, but weirdly, I did not feel particularly upset. I merely facilitate the end. But today, my actions have resulted in an unscheduled passing. This strange land has affected my faculties, it seems. I am not of this place. I am merely visiting. Your usual death is on holiday. I agreed to cover their rounds temporarily. Death takes a holiday? So why am I so calm about all this? Shouldn't I be angry or crying or something? Glands. You don't have them anymore. Oh, oh, wow. So, like, if I wasn't supposed to die today, do I get to come back to life now? That is beyond my capacity. For one insane moment, I thought about bringing a lawsuit. Your Honor, Death's floating horse got me killed. I want $1 million. Holy cow. So, like, what happens now? I don't know. You could become a ghost if you like. A ghost? What, like haunting Hanover Street? With all like moaning and chains and all that? That is not actually mandatory. So, really dead. Really just dead. Like completely dead and a grave and everything. I doubt I'm getting into heaven. I don't even know if all that stuff is real. 40 years old, trying to get some lunch, dead. Great. My sister is going to freak. Hey, Death. Hey, I got an idea. So when was I supposed to die? Another 30 years. Great, cool. Okay, so my niece, she's 12. Adriana. Well, she is sick, you know? Yes, I know. Cool. Okay, so your horse got me killed, right? So here's the deal. You give my 30 years to Adriana. That's fair, right? Whatever time she has, you tack on the 31 more or whatever. Can you do that? Death considered. All the sirens and bustling chatter grew silent. It is done. It is arranged. Awesome. Yes, fine. Screw it. Go ahead, dude. Scythe away, Mr. Death. That will freaking work. The blade rose and fell